Hi, I'm David Fleming from the Disciples Ignited YouTube channel, where we're focused on Jesus, advancing his kingdom, and preparing his disciples. Now, we're in the study on the Apostle Paul, and this week we're centering in on his third missionary journey, especially on his ministry in the city of Ephesus. Now, as we studied yesterday, his third missionary journey took actually 4 years to complete, but 3 of those years he was living and ministering in the city of Ephesus. And talking about that, Acts chapter 20 verse 31 tells us, "Remember that for 3 years I never stopped warning each of you night and day with tears." I believe that really just sums up Paul's ministry in Ephesus, how he poured his life into preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ to the Ephesians, and it was powerful. In fact, we find as we read throughout the New Testament about his ministry in Ephesus that it was so powerful because Paul ministered the gospel in such a revelation way that Jesus Christ was revealed to the Ephesians that had literally been in a stronghold of darkness. They had been blinded by the enemy for centuries against anything concerning the true God of Israel and Jesus Christ, his son. And so we see that when Paul went there, he ministered with such fervency, with such power, that the stronghold of darkness was broken and the revelation of Jesus Christ was given to the people that lived in Ephesus, so much so that the entire word of the Lord was taken throughout the province of Asia throughout those 3 years. It was a life-changing time for the people of Ephesus. Converts were being won daily, and in fact, many of them had been involved in the worship of Artemis. They had been involved in witchcraft. They had been involved in all kinds of sinful lifestyles and debauchery. But they were so captivated by the gospel of Jesus Christ that they began to bring their scrolls of witchcraft and all their paraphernalia of witchcraft, and they brought it to Paul, and they had a mass burning. I love what it says in Acts chapter 19 verse 19. "A number who had practiced sorcery brought their scrolls together and burned them publicly." They were making a public statement about what Jesus had done in their lives. When they calculated the value of the scrolls, the total came to 50,000 drachmas. Now, I tell you what, a drachma was a silver coin that was worth about a day's wages, and that tells us that the value of the scrolls that they burnt was way over millions of dollars. And you know, when people are willing to sacrifice their money for something that has really hooked into their lives, it shows that they have really been hooked. They have really been changed. And that's exactly what happened to the people that had gotten converted in Ephesus. The gospel was far-reaching. As I mentioned earlier, the word of the Lord literally was taken over the entire province of Asia, which was in today's world, that would have been the whole western section of Turkey, the nation of Turkey. Now, in Acts chapter 19, verse 10, we read, "All the Jews and Greeks who lived in the province of Asia heard the word of the Lord," and that took place in just a 3-year period. So we see how powerfully, far-reaching the gospel was taken throughout Paul's ministry while he was in Ephesus. And Paul's ministry was exceedingly fruitful. I love what Acts 19:20 tells us. "The word of the Lord spread widely and grew in power." Oh, praise God. May the Lord do it again. Raise up many Pauls preaching the gospel with such power and such fruitfulness that nations are going to be taken for the glory of God in Jesus Christ. Let's talk more about it tomorrow.